In a recent statement, Foreign Secretary David Lammy refused to rule out the possibility of a fresh surge in refugees from Syria following the potential downfall of Bashar al-Assad. Speaking in the House of Commons, the Labour minister was pressed on the issue of Syrian resettlement by Shadow Foreign Secretary Priti Patel. However, Lammy appeared hesitant to commit to any specific plan regarding whether the UK would accept asylum seekers in the event of a regime change in Syria. Lammy described the situation as premature, explaining that it was too early to discuss the resettlement of Syrians. Instead, he emphasized that the UK would continue to support refugees through humanitarian aid to neighboring countries where many Syrians have sought refuge. But during the exchange, Lammy made several missteps, displaying a clear lack of understanding on the matter. His response not only seemed unprepared but also left many questioning his grasp of the situation. His lack of clarity on such an important issue led to a significant amount of embarrassment, making him seem ill-prepared to handle the complexities surrounding Syria's future. David Lammy recently made a glaring mistake when he claimed that Libya is next door to Syria. This statement is not only factually incorrect, but it also highlights a concerning lack of geographical knowledge from the Foreign Secretary. It's becoming clear that geography isn't Lammy's strong point, and unfortunately, that's not the only area where he seems to be falling short. His grasp of diplomacy, general knowledge, and current affairs also appears to be questionable. But the mistakes didn't stop there. Lammy, after making his blunder, climbed onto his high horse and confidently ruled out suspending asylum applications from Syria. However, just after his comments, the Home Office confirmed that the UK is, in fact, suspending asylum applications from Syria. So, once again, Lammy's words were proven wrong. At this point, it's hard not to wonder, how does someone with such a poor understanding of critical issues continue to hold such a key position? Lammy's lack of knowledge and his contradictory statements are raising serious questions about his competence in handling matters that affect the lives of countless people. It's a worrying situation when the person in charge seems to be so out of touch with the reality of global affairs.
Father's regime as well. She raises the issue of Syrian resettlement. Let me just say that that is premature. This House, in a cross-party basis, and she indeed saw this in her own role previously in government, has sought to support the humanitarian needs of Syrians. We recognise the displacement next door in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Turkey, and in Iraq and neighbouring countries, and of course we will continue to support people in those refugee camps and through the humanitarian aid that we support in country at this time. She also raises, of course, the tremendous issues that exist on the ground and our concerns, quite rightly, about increased terrorism that might engulf a country where there are at the moment different sections, different communities, different minorities, different regions, not just, in fact, HDS has been read in the papers. And against that backdrop, of course, a COBRA has been stood up to fully understand these issues across government. It wouldn't be right to comment on intelligence matters at this time, but she will understand that government is active as she would expect us to be.
This is a crucial moment for us to reflect on the leadership we have in place. When those in power are making serious mistakes, whether it's a fundamental lack of knowledge about geography or making contradictory statements about key policy issues, it's time to ask ourselves, can we trust them to make decisions that affect the lives of millions? David Lammy's blunders are more than just embarrassing. They raise concerns about his ability to navigate complex global issues and lead with the knowledge and clarity that the role demands. The stakes are high, and as citizens, it's important for us to demand better. We deserve leaders who are informed, capable, and who have the best interests of the country and the world at heart.